Hey guys, thanks for coming back to On the Go Crypto. There is a lot of speculation going on around Kaspa's current price action. What's causing this? It's bringing a lot of tension to a lot of people that are new to Kaspa, relatively new to the space. This is a conviction play for a lot of people, myself included, but an unbiased take on what's happening with the current drama. I feel like it's necessary, and we're going to be making more Kaspa videos because people are starting to get a little apprehensive to cover Kaspa because of the current climate. And we're going to talk about that drama. And I don't want to pick any sides. That's not what this is about. It's just an objective look at what's really happening to the price, what's really happening in relation to Bitcoin price, the overall market. We're going to talk about short-term and long-term price impact. We're going to do some predicting, and we're going to get all into this. I want to thank you guys for coming back to another video. Please do give the video a like, guys. You know that's all I ever need from you fine ladies and gentlemen. You guys have helped me build this channel. I appreciate you. You know that by now, and you know that I'm going to thank you personally again, guys, for each and every one of your likes. They make a massive difference to me on our channel. That's what this is our channel. So I really appreciate your choice to support me that way. Let's get started. Kaspa, there's a lot, right? And it's not that it's not worth covering. We're going to talk about this, okay? We're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about this. All right, we're going to, and we're going to talk about why that really doesn't matter if Kaspa is a conviction play for you. We're gonna go over just where we are in the cycle, the holders, the whales that we've lost, but the octopus and the fish and the dolphins and the sharks and the one whale that we picked up in the process in the last 24 hours. So the price action, I've got the yearly pulled up for BTC on Kaspa, or the yearly chart for BTC and Kaspa. So this, I just want to compare this really quick. The current action is nasty, right? Into a lot of people. I don't care. I actually put out a buy alert in my group earlier today and bought a ton more Kaspa and added that to my already massive bag of Kaspa. Does that make me a Kaspa maxi? No, it doesn't. Okay. I'm not an any coin maxi. If I was going to be a maxi anything, it would probably not be anything. Honestly, I can't just be a maxi on one thing. I stack Bitcoin. It's a separate thing. I've got ETH. It's a separate thing. And I've got layer ones. They're separate things. Yes, Kaspa is my biggest holding, but I'm objective. I mean, I have to be a realist here in the market. You know, there's got to be some clarity. There's got to be some truth. It can't all just be, you know, shit coins and then drama. So from that perspective, I'm inclined to point this out. All right, this is my opinion for whatever that's worth. On November 4th, there was a bottom at 10 cents. Right, we got super lucky, got another 10-cent buy zone. Okay, Bitcoin on the same bottom. Okay, the November 4th bottom for Bitcoin was 67 and change. It was actually a little bit lower than this, but it was coming down from a local top for Bitcoin on the 29th at 72 and change. And it was actually a little higher than that. But my point is that same drop to 10 cents on the 29th was roughly 11 cents down to 10 cents. A very small move for Kaspa, a very small move for Bitcoin. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin and Kaspa are the same thing. I get that every time in the comments. That's not what this is. What I'm saying is, look at the price action, look at the market. We're coming down now from a local high of the current all-time high, which CMC has at 106 and change. We know that's really 108 and change, down to 94 and change. And we know that was actually a little lower than that. So my point is the move is much more drastic, much more significant also because of going from above 100K to a price zone back down below 100K. And that's not nothing, okay? It's not. It's a much more significant psychological move, and people are freaking out because of it. Now, I'm not hating on people that are freaking out. It's not what this is. I'm just saying that emotional response. I also posted something in our private Discord earlier today where I talked about people that are worried about the price of Kaspa today are most likely one of four things. And this is not derogatory. I mean this 100%, just as straightforward as can be. They're either overexposed or overextended, however you want to call that, which is extremely common, right? Or they're uneducated, and I mean that in the form of they're uneducated about what Kaspa really is, what it really does, and how important it is to the space, how revolutionary the tech really is. And they are illegitimate, right? They are not necessarily who they represent themselves to be. And that's a huge problem in this space. And if you're new here, you'll learn that very quickly. There's just people that are not the best people to listen to. And I'm not saying I'm the best person to listen to before the freaking fudsters get crazy. Who am I, right? I'm just a guy on the internet, but I'm telling you that I'm saying I've had a lot of experience in the space, and I personally have seen that there's a lot of people that want you to follow them, and they want you to, maybe they want you to buy their course or their special, group branded blender or a keychain, whatever, right? Whatever the hell ever. To each their own. No hate in that game for them. But if you're just looking for objective facts, you need to look for, what does the crypto do, right? Why is it important? Is it special? Why is it special? Why do people hold it? Why are people buying it? And how long are people holding it? That's where we get into these addresses. We lost 195 crabs in the last 24 hours. There is a lot of FUD going on with this stuff, right? There's a lot of FUD, and there's a lot of people in that community, okay? And I'm not saying I'm not saying that this person's wrong, and I'm not saying that this person's wrong, okay? That's not what the video is about. What I'm saying is, words matter, whether it's this guy saying that this guy's words shouldn't be happening the way that they're happening, or that him saying that this guy's words don't matter. They're both saying things, and it's creating a storm, and we're losing people. But if you look at how many octopus we picked up in this price dip, we lost 195 crab, but we picked up 131 octopus between 1K and 10K. So we also put together another 33 fish up another level, 10K to 100K, and then 16 dolphin, 100K to a million. The bags are getting bigger. Sharks, 1 to 10 mil, and obviously whales, all of us that have 10 mil and above. So this is not as big a deal as it looks. This overall action, this 7-day chart here, this gets real scary. Excuse me, guys. This can get scary getting down into the 92s. There's a lot of swinging going on here. And the last 24 hours have been especially bearish, right? This is something we're going to have to get used to. So now that we touched on the whales, the wallet activity, it's not all leaving. People are bagging up to bigger levels and not being, excuse me, guys, they're not being fish anymore, or excuse me, they're not being crabs anymore. They're octopus and fish, like they're bagging up. So this is something that I don't want to go into the whole thing, but people are asking me for an explanation, so I have to give it, right? Not a lot of people know what happened with this. There's previous, issues and FUD, and there's a spat back and forth between Shy, one of the main contributors for Kaspa, arguably the front man for Kaspa. This is why it's a big deal. Honestly, it is. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. And just like Shy's points out here on Christmas, and all this crap really started to really stack up on Christmas, which is crazy. Merry Christmas to the Kaspa community. This is the crap we have to deal with. This is just not necessary across the board. This guy has valid concerns, okay? It doesn't matter how you feel about this guy. It doesn't matter how you feel about his channel or his group. None of that matters. It also doesn't matter how you feel about this guy, or what he does, or who he is, or what he says, or how he feels. He's a super passionate guy. He gets offended very easily, and he has every right to defend himself. Boom. That's it, right? That's it. He's got a pinned tweet here talking about, this is my personal account. It is what it is. But also this guy, maybe he feels like his points are valid as well. And a lot of people probably agree with him, just like a lot of people probably agree with him. I just wish all of this crap could go away. Everybody could leave each other the hell alone, and we could all just make money. Now, if you've been in Kaspa for the long haul, you're not bothered by this stuff, right? You're just not. So, I have been in Kaspa since these days. And that's not accurate. Hang on. These days. So John, I know, got into Kaspa around 1 cent or a little above, maybe like 1.5 cents, right? He's early to Kaspa as well. I mean, very early comparatively speaking to current all-time highs. It's not that big of a deal if the guy wants to sell his Kaspa, right? The same thing with the other influencer that got into it with Shy. If that guy wanted to bag out and, shorten his position and tell his community not to hold so much, and just like this guy, if he's telling his people, You shouldn't have to deal with this crap. You should sell all your Kaspa and stuff. And he's calling him out here. And there's a lot of back and forth stuff. It is what it is. I mean, you don't have to like the things that he's posting on his Twitter. It's his Twitter, right? And the same thing goes for Shy. It's his Twitter. But if you've been in Kaspa long enough, you understand what this is, right? If you're educated, if you're not overextended, you understand what you've bought and why you've held it this long. This kind of crap doesn't matter. And this is super early in the bull cycle. People in my private group were actually asking me, hey, should I be worried about this? There's no listings happening yet. Personally, I think the listings aren't going to happen until after the hard fork is complete. To me, it wouldn't make sense for the big three T1 exchanges to list pre-hard fork. That's just my opinion. I'm not a dev. Correct me in the comments. I'm sure you guys will. Let me know, what I'm not thinking of there, what angle I'm missing. But why would the T1s do this listing that's been so anticipated just to sit there and have to maintenance the listing again right after you list it with a hard fork? So short-term price action, I think we're going to see much of the same. Bounce. Maybe we'll get lucky again, bounce off the 10. And, this is going to be, you see the range, right? You see the range. This is 9, 10 cents, popping up 18. Same thing, 10, 11 cents, popping up 18, 19. Current all-time high, right? This is not something old. The yearly chart for Kaspa is just a range. I think it continues. Next month is going to be super bullish for crypto as a whole. AI will stand out. And until the listings come and true smart contracts come, I think we're going to continue to range like this. And there's going to be buy opportunities. There's going to be profit-taking opportunities. Me personally, excuse me, I'm not selling any Kaspa. I don't have to. I don't need to. I'm in a large amount of profits, obviously. I don't know that this guy was a huge conviction holder of Kaspa. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But what's important is that he chose to leave. That's okay. That's okay. It's still okay, right? It's okay for anybody to leave Kaspa. They don't have to stay just to, see some better price action, right? There's no excuse for people that are throwing hate at him or throwing hate at him. I haven't even read through all the details of each one because I get tired of the drama, and it'll be nice when we can just move forward as a community. But even if we can't, just remember why you're holding this. Top end scenario, the T1 listings come later, and even if they stagger in, everything moves up in the bull run, especially layer ones, especially industry leading layer ones. I mean, this is revolutionary tech. Don't forget that for sure. Anyone that thinks that Kaspa can't go above $1, maybe you're not thinking about this the right way. Maybe you're thinking with a little bit too much drama, inside your ears, and you need to just remember how early we are in the bull cycle. Look how early we are in this bull cycle. It's crazy, right? This was the current, first all-time high that started this thing off. We haven't even got it started. This is very early. Kaspa, $1 to $6, obviously super conservative on one end and much more loose and, euphoric, and all the things happen that need to happen on the other end, $1 to $6. It's a very wide range, but it's a very realistic range. And if you've been in Kaspa long enough, you know that the idea is that you take profits, right? No one ever went broke continuously taking profits. Don't worry about your Kaspa bag. Worry about your exit strategy. Start making a plan. Understand your profit margins and your goals. Let yourself focus on the things that really matter and not short-term drama like this stuff that's going on. I wish it wasn't happening also, but it is. And if you're going to stay in your Kaspa bags, you have to learn to deal with it, right? It's not important, and it's not going to derail Kaspa's bull run. Just be patient and be stoic. That's where being a stoic person, a stoic investor, pays off. Stoicism is the most underrated, underappreciated asset you can have as an investor in crypto. It's easy to be stoic in stocks because they're boring. Crypto is this, swings up and down, up and down, up and down. It just never stops, literally never. So if you can't remove your emotion and your fear, you're never going to hold long enough to really see those life-changing gains. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know when you got into Kaspa. We've got a group, guys. You know where to find it if you want to come see us. We would love to have you. But if you guys want to keep it here on the channel, you guys know that I appreciate your time and attention here regardless, even if you don't subscribe, and even if you don't like my stuff. I appreciate you stopping by. I know you could be anywhere. Above all else, guys, don't get tied up in all of this stuff. Remember to stay calm and make that money. I'll see you again, guys. Thanks.